Wonderful. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so yes, today we're going to be focusing on building up strength and conditioning for our headstands. So no matter where you're on your journey, whether we're doing them for the very first time in years or whether we are building on the practice that we've already been initiating, or we're getting to the point that we're pulling away from the wall, we're going to kind of like target a few of those different areas. So it's kind of good for wherever you are in your headstand journey, and just making sure that we're keeping on it, keeping the practice going to make sure that we can get our headstands feeling strong and confident and looking as fabulous as always. Okay, so starting with 4 big deep breaths as we warm up, taking the breath in through your nose and letting it out through your mouth, lifting the arms up as we go. Number 1, exhaling, folding it forwards. Number 2, and release. Number 3, letting it out. Number 4, last one, and release. Lovely. Standing it up, pull the shoulders back, opening up the chest, tummy nice and tight, and take yourself from one side to the next. One side to the next. Lovely. Hold yourself to one side, circle around the ankle, and then change direction of the ankle. Perfect. Switch your root to the other leg. Whoop, don't lose your balance. Circle around the ankle, and change direction. Perfect. Leg number 1, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kicking it to the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Leg number 2, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kicking it out the back, squeeze your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Nice soft knees, gently rolling down the shoulders. Keep the tummy nice and tight. Gorgeous. Lovely. Take a little bit bigger, leading with the elbows. Beautiful. And then just the shoulders rolling forwards. Perfect. Taking it a little bit bigger, forward swimming. Fabulous. Lovely. And then let's reach the arms up nice and high and take one arm forward, one arm back. Good. And then taking it back up to the top, change direction, other one back, other one forwards. Lovely stuff. And then letting the arms go and shaking it out. I want you to take the arms out, bring your palms to the front and do gentle pushes forwards. Just starting to increase the blood flow all around the shoulders. Lovely. Turn the palms to the back of the room, pushing back. Little pushes. Perfect. Lovely. And then take the palms up to the sky, gently pushing up. Beautiful. And then palms down to the floor, gently pushing down. Lovely. Nice strong arms. And we're going to do gentle circles rolling forwards. Lovely. And then reversing it back. Lovely. Hands onto shoulders, pedaling forwards. And reverse, pedaling back. Good. And shake it up. Lovely. Nice up knees. Wrap yourself round. Feel a twist in the back. Floppy arms, floppy fingers. Letting it all go. Ah. Lovely. And then taking yourself back to the front. Everything from hip stand is going to stay still, and we're just going to twist the upper body. You won't go round as far, that's okay. Keeping your hips square to the front. Just moving the upper body once more on each side. Lovely. And then everything from shoulders down, stay still. Just moving the head from left to right, right to left. Lovely. One more each side. And then from here, gently taking the ear over to the shoulder, up, over to the other side, up and over, up and over. Lovely. One more each side. And then from here, we're going to take the ear to the shoulder, gently roll round to the other shoulder. So just rolling through that front semicircle, forwards and back, just to stretch out all of the back of the neck. Lovely. Now, if you wish to here, you can take your head all the way round, gentle on the way back. Just starting with small circles and then increasing as you feel comfortable, and then change direction the other way. I very weirdly, if I close my eyes, I get really dizzy. Ah, lovely. And bringing the head back up on top, shoulders pulling back and down. And then we'll lift the shoulders up to the ears and then pushing it down. Lifting them up, pushing it down, lifting them up, pushing it down, and then double time. Ba, 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 ba. Beautiful. We're going to bring the hands in. They're just above my tummy button, like right at the bottom of my rib cage. And then I'm going to take my hands out like I'm going to be serving dinner, but my elbows stay in. I take it behind my head. Imagine I've got my ponytail in, and then I'm going to flick my ponytail and take them back under. Lovely. So then I'm going in, out, behind, flick, up and over, in, out, behind, flick, up and over, in, out, behind, flick, up and over, in, out, behind, flick, up and over. Last one, out, behind, flick, up and over. Lovely. Good. I love that you copied that as well. That made me very happy. Bring the palms up to the sky, opening it out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, opening up the chest. And then round, separate the shoulder blades at the back. And open. And round. And open. And round. And open. And this time when we round, interlink the fingers, gently pushing on the arms to separate the shoulder blades. Keep the arms bent like you're holding a big beach ball, and gently look down to the floor. Lovely. Let go of the hands. Interlink the fingers at the back. Pull the shoulders down, opening up the chest. Then lift the hands away from your butt. You might feel a stretch coming to the front of the shoulders here, maybe into the biceps as well. I'm going to fold ourselves over, trying to get our hands all the way over towards the floor in front of us. Lovely. And then let go of the arms, bend the knees, rolling it all the way back up. Lovely. Taking the hips from side to side. And then taking the wrists all the way up to the top and down to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, change direction, taking it all the way back up again and then down the middle. Lovely. Interlink the fingers, snicky, snicky, and reverse. Beautiful. And give them a little bit of a shake. Lovely. Fold yourself forwards. Hands come down to the floor. Keep the hips going from side to side. Feeling the stretch on the inner thigh. And then taking it all the way back up again. Lovely. Bending the knees. Pelvis tucks under. Really squeeze the butt cheeks, tilting and thrusting the pelvis under. And then taking it back, rounding out the small of the back as well. And under. And back. And under. And back. And under. And then let's circle it all the way around. Getting quite warm actually. Have to de-layer. Lovely. Fabulous. Just like that. Lifting myself up, straightening out my legs, fold myself forward, hands come to the floor, feet nice and wide. And I'm going to bend one leg, gently easing into my inner thigh stretch, and then straighten it and bend the next one. Lovely. And I'm going up and over, up and over. Just deepening into that stretch. Lovely. And then taking it through the middle, from one side to the other. If you wish to here, you're welcome to take your hands off. Keep that chest lifted and your hips nice and low, or keep your hands on the floor if you prefer, whatever suits you and your body best today. Lovely. And then hold yourself to one side. You're welcome to sit on your butt here or leave yourself up on your hunches, whatever you prefer. We're going to just work on the ankles. So I'm going to take it with a flexed foot, then take it through demi-point where my ankle is straight, but my toes are lifted like I'm on tippy toes, and then full point, toes are tucking down. Take it back through demi and then flex. And then we'll go demi, full, demi, flexed, demi, full, demi, flexed, demi, full, demi, flex. And last one, demi, full, demi, flex. Beautiful. Roll yourself round to the side so you're in your lunge position. Gently take the hips up and down. Perfect. Push through that front leg. Take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up. Pelvis tucks under. Push down into the hips. Keep your back leg nice and straight. Squeeze the quad so that it gets super straight, not even a micro bend. Then reach all the way forward. Chest glutes on your front leg. Hands frame your front foot. Lower the back knee down and untuck that toe. And then from here, we're going to straighten ourselves out. Lift yourself up. Just have a little check. You might want to slide your ankles slightly further forward. You want to have your hips directly above your knee. Okay, so that your leg can go fully straight. And then we'll rebend again. And we're going to straighten out for 8. Rebend. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lovely. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg up nice and straight, lifting up the hips. Keep your back leg straight and keep your chest glued onto your front leg. We're going to try and straighten our front leg, flex up our front foot at the same time. Doesn't matter if you don't get fully straight. What the focus is that your chest stays attached. So I'm going to straighten it as much as I can, but I'm keeping leaning forward. It just helps target a dip through the hamstring. And then we rebend. For 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful stuff. Lower the back knee down. Let's lift ourselves back up. Straighten out that front leg. Take a big deep breath in, lengthening out the spine. And fold ourselves forward, feeling that lovely big stretch all down the back of that front leg. Lovely. Tilting the pelvis away to get a deeper stretch. And let's plant that foot down. Transition your weight through into your low lunge, pushing down into the hips. Lovely. Place one hand either side of your front foot, and we're going to do our hip circle, circling it round for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Tuck your toe under at the back. Push your back leg up straight. Open yourself out back to the front. Scoot yourself over to the other side. And we're going to do the ankles on the other side. So starting it flexed. Taking it through demi-point like you're on tippy toes. Into full point. Back through demi. And flex. And demi. Full. Demi. Flex. Demi. Full. Demi. Flex. Demi. Full. Demi. Flex. Last one. Demi. Full point. Demi point. And flex. Beautiful. Roll yourself around into your lunge position on the other side. Gently take the hips up and down. Lovely. Push through that front leg. Take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up. Pelvis tucks under. Keep your back leg straight. Pushing down into your hips. If you've been doing my classes for a long time, I want every single time your back leg to be squeezing. Well, even if you're brand new, actually, keep your back leg squeezing tight. So you're keeping it engaged. It just helps to connect it every single time we do it. Reaching all the way forwards. Chest glutes on. Hands frame that front foot. Lower the back knee down and untuck those toes. Lovely. Lift yourself upright. Make sure that your hips are directly above your knee. So you just want to slide your ankle forward a little bit more. And then we'll rebend and then straighten, flexing up that front foot for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Tuck the toe under at the back leg straighten, squeeze the quad, lift up the hip, and then keep your chest glued to your front leg. Taking it as straight as you can and then re-bend. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Lower the back knee down. Lift yourself upright. Straighten out that front leg. Flexing up your front foot. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Fold yourself forwards. Lovely. Feel that beautiful big stretch all down the back of that front leg. Squeeze your quad super tight so it's a straight leg. Pelvis tucked away to deepen that stretch. Lovely. And then plant the foot down. Transition your weight through into your low lunge, pushing down into the hips. Lovely. Place one hand either side of that front leg, and let's do our hip circle, circling it round. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. Back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside of your front foot. Bring your weight into your back leg. Semi-circle around the other leg. So you're landing on all 4. Just have a little shuffle, double check. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Start with the tailbone. So right from the bottom of your spine, we're working all the way up. Pelvis tucks under. Push through the small of the back, the middle of the back, round the shoulders, pulling the chest in, looking down, really pushing, pushing, pushing. And then taking it the other way. Start with the pelvis again. Pelvis tucked out. Push through the lower back, middle back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking up to the sky. Lovely. And round. Waving from the bottom of your spine all the way up to the top. Arching it over, pull the tummy button up into the spine, and then the other way. Lovely. And then let's roll the rib cage round in a circle. 2, 3, 4. Change direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring your knees together, plonk yourself onto your butt. And then we're going to lower ourselves down so we're on our elbows. Lovely. And then from here, make sure that you're lifting your chest up, you're not sinking into your shoulders. So protect our shoulders a little bit by pushing down into the elbows, lifting our chest up. And we're going to take our legs up to the sky. We're going to do our little crisscrosses like our scissor legs. So I'm just going to cross my legs over from one side to the next, take them down as close to the floor as possible, and then taking them back up. I want you to try and make sure your legs stay as straight as possible. Taking them back down, and up, and down, and up. Don't forget to keep breathing, and down, and up. And last one, taking it down, and taking it up. Lovely. From here, bend the knees. I'm going to take one leg out. I'm going to do my little cycles, like I'm on like a weird imaginary bike. I'm just going to cycle nice and gently. Imagine I'm going through, I don't know, some quaint little village in south of France with lavender either side of me, in little fields. Lovely. Good. And then I've gone down a hill, so I want to make sure I'm going even slower because I don't need to use the pedals as much, so I'm slowing it down. Slow, slow, slow. And now I'm going back uphill, so I want to speed it back up, bringing the legs a little bit quicker. Beautiful. Good. Faster still, someone's chasing us. Oh no, it turns out it's all okay. And then take it back. Lovely. Good. And then sitting yourself up. Good. From here, it's going to just relax in this position. So we're going to bring soles of our feet together and just drop the knees out to the side. I'm going to lean back in this position. So I'm actually propping myself up and just wiggle my butt. Basically, I just want to be comfortable with my hips feeling open. Just because when we go into some of our jumps, when we jump up into our headstand, it's so nice to take our knees wide. So I want my knees to feel nice and comfortable and my hips to feel nice and comfortable in an open position. I'm going to take one knee over to the other, and then I'm going to open it back up and use that bit of momentum, just because when we use a bit of momentum, it just helps to get through each of those little niggly bits in our hips. Lovely. Couple more. Beautiful. And then I'm going to squeeze on myself back round. I'm going back to my tummy, working on those abs. From here, line yourself down, knees up to the sky, feet relaxing on the floor, and your upper body nice and relaxed on the floor to begin with. And then we're going to be working towards holding our plank pose. So it's super good, plank, what am I on about? We're not doing a plank at all, clearly. I'm lying on my back. We're doing a dish pose. So the dish position, where we're in that position, is so good for any headstand practice, but also for handstands as well, because basically it helps to get our pelvis in a position, all of our muscles are tight, and it helps, because by tilting our pelvis under, it helps to engage our pelvic floors, and then that runs through all of the under muscles underneath your abs as well as the abs. So all of the core muscles that sit underneath your abs, it just helps better engage them by tilting the pelvis slightly under, and that in turn helps with all of our upside down stuff, whether it's headstands, handstands on the floor, or doing any upside down inverted stuff on the pole as well. So this one is an absolute gem for pretty much anything upside downy. So to get into the right position, we tilt our pelvis under. That's so key. That's the vital part. Pelvis tilts under. And if you feel where your bikini line is, you should start to feel it tensing and engaging. Then we're going to lift our head and shoulders off the floor, and you can bring your hands down facing towards your toes to begin with. From here, we're going to lift up our feet so that our legs are parallel with the floor, and you can just keep your knees over your hips for the first one. We're just going to hold it here for 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, taking it back down. Good. Now I'm going to take it, we're going to go through it again, and we're going to make it a little bit harder because I'm going to move my knees further away. I'm still going to keep bent knees, but instead of my knees being over my hips, I'm going to elongate them slightly further away. But I'm going to keep them bent. If at any point your back starts to peel off the floor, then you want to bring your knees back in closer again. So it's really crucial that your pelvis stays under to the point that I can't get my fingers in between my back and the floor. There's just no space. Whereas normally if my pelvis was neutral, I can fit my hand underneath and get all the way through to the other side. Whereas when my pelvis is tipped under, my core is engaged, there's no space for my fingers. The moment that your pelvis starts to tilt back and you start to lift up your lower back off the floor is the time that you want to readjust back to the previous position so that you can then make sure that you're fully engaged. Okay, so we're going to go again. Pelvis tucks under, hands and shoulders off the floor, lift the legs up, take the knees slightly further away as long as that feels good for you, and holding it here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely stuff. Fabulous. Going to do the same thing again, but again adding that extra layer of difficulty. So now I'm going to take my legs fully straight and take them as low as to the floor as possible. Now when I do my legs straight, it just also opens up the opportunity for me to really squeeze my butt together. So everything in my legs, all of my leg muscles, all of my butt muscles are going to be squeezing like there's no tomorrow. So squeezing like Billy-O, keeping nice and strong. And it really helps with all your headstands and handstand stuff, holding the butt in as well. If, again, at any point you feel like your back starts to lift, then bend the knees and take it to either the slightly bent or a fuller bent position, whatever works best for you. So, pelvis under, tummy tight, head and shoulders up, hands come down, legs come out straight, squeeze the butt, holding it here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, keep squeezing, 14, 13, don't forget to breathe, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely, good. And we're going to do one final run through, and again we can take it up to another level. You might want to just go back a level or stay at that level, whatever works best for you. Just listen to your body, see what it's needing, see what it demands, see if you can push it. If it's having none of it, then just let it be and go to the easier level because you're still doing something. This time we're going to take our hands above our, let me just move in front, our hands above our shoulders. So our hands going up in the air. From here, I want you to be pushing, we have our shoulders away from our ears, but we're kind of like pushing our shoulders up. So instead of my shoulders being down, they are pushing up, but I don't want them to be next to my ears. So I'm having space, but I'm still like pushing up so I can better engage my shoulder muscles, basically. Okay. So getting into our position, and again, you can choose which level you want to go to. We're going to hold it for 20 seconds and then relax. So pelvis tucks under, tummy engaged, head and shoulders up, legs lift up, legs into position, arms into position, and hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, squeeze the butt, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, keep breathing, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fabulous stuff. Good. Wonderful stuff. Okay, cool. Now we've got our tummy lovely engaged. I want us to just do a little bit more on our shoulders before we then go into our headstands. We've got me plantaroo back. There she is, Lily, and she's doing a little flower now as well. I'm so proud of her. Anyway, Lily's her name. Does anyone else know that, France? I know you do, really. Okay, so for our shoulders, I'm going to hold it in my elbow plank position. So my elbows are coming down. I'm going to begin with just bringing my hands so that their thumbs are up. You can either do it in a fist, you can bring your palms together. If you've got a yoga block, you can put your yoga block in between. If you've got something that represents a yoga block, like a picture, for example, I've got a really handy picture frame. That's such a nice positioning for my, because then it's perhaps a little bit narrow for me, but you want to have something that's pretty much the distance of your shoulders. That's perhaps a little narrow. Maybe something like this could work a little bit better for me. Is that the deeper? Yeah. Ooh. So, this is lovely because then I can push into it, and this is what's going to help keep my arms in a nicely engaged position. I like my thumbs up, but we can also try it with the palms down or palms up, but we'll do thumbs up first, and then I think we'll do palms down, then palms up, so we get the whole action. Okay, so I'm going to do hands in because that works for me quite well. Elbows are directly underneath my shoulders. I don't want them to be wide. It's really easy for your elbows to start going out, especially if you've got tight shoulders. So make sure that your elbows are in and underneath your shoulders. If they come out, then your shoulder just has kind of got no support, and it can collapse underneath, and we don't want that to be in the position. Okay, so we've got our elbows underneath our shoulders. I'm pushing in with my elbows, so I'm not sinking down. I'm pushing in with my shoulders, and then I'm going to take one leg out and the other leg out. While I'm here, my pelvis tucks under. Okay, I'll just wait for you to get into your positions. Lovely, and we're going to hold it here, squeezing the tush for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Now from here, I'm going to lean forward on my toes and lift my chest up, and then roll back on my toes and round the chest under. Try to keep your butt as low as you can. And then we're going to go forward, chest goes up, back, chest goes down. Forward, chest goes up, back, chest goes down, and forward, chest goes up, back, chest goes down. Lovely. Pop the knees down and relax. Good, lovely. So we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to do palms up to the sky. Okay, so palms up to the sky, make sure the elbows are underneath our shoulders, legs come out back. I'm just going to hold it in the plank first before we do our rocks, forward and back, lifting the chest up and under. Okay, so palms up to the sky, pelvis slightly under, tummy nicely engaged, holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then lifting forward on the toes, lift the chest through the arms, and then rolling it round and under. Keep the pelvis as low as you can, and then lifting up, and then under. Taking it through and up, and under, through and up, and under, and last one, through and up, and under. Lovely, and relax. I hope, like you felt your tummy engaged the whole time. Towards the end of that, my tummy was like little quivers because it was under strain, which is exactly where I want it to be. Last set. This time we're going to do our palms down. So in case you got muddled up, the first time I did my palms inwards, thumbs up to the sky, then I did my palms up to the sky, and now I'm doing them down to the floor. If you did them the other way, just pick whichever one you haven't done yet. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do palms down, and again, elbows come in directly underneath my shoulders, tummy tucks in nice and tight, pelvis tucks under to make sure I'm nicely engaged, and holding in my elbow plank position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest goes forward and through as I go forward on my toes, and then back. Chest goes under. Try to keep your tummy as low, your butt as low as possible, and through and under. And through, and under, and through, rocking forwards, and under. Last one, through, and under. Lovely. And taking a nice relax. Good, hopefully you can feel the heat in your shoulders as well. I know I certainly can. In fact, for the start bit, we're going to do it against the wall. And then later, if you want to do it without the wall, then you're welcome to do so. But to begin with, we're going to do it next to the wall. So I'm just going to move my camera so that you guys can see better. Whoops, daisy. Here's my little wall. I'm just going to see if I can, oh God, don't knock everything over, Becky. Whew, lovely. So just find yourself next to or close as possible to a wall so that you can lean on something to support you. Okay, cool. Hopefully you can see me okay here. So what I'm actually going to do is bring my mat down. This is just for support, just for comfort basically. You're welcome to use a mat if you've got a mat, or a cushion if you've got a cushion, if you want to. To be honest, I could do it on the carpet and it wouldn't feel uncomfortable for me, but I know it can do for some people, especially if you're on a wooden floor, you might not want that as much. Okay, so I'm going to start by measuring my leg. So I'm going to put my leg against the wall, and where my hips are is where I want my mat to be. So directly underneath my hips is where I want my mat. And then from here, that's where I'm going to put my hands. So I'm going to begin with, I'm going to bring my elbows down again so they're underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to bring my hands either together, or I'm going to do a fist and then wrap my other hand around it. You can interlink the fingers, but for me that doesn't feel as comfortable, but you might enjoy that position as well. Or sometimes what I really like is just holding my hands together. So my elbows are underneath my shoulders, and then from here I'm going to bring my head down, and my head actually sits on the cushiony bit on my forearms. So although I've got my mat, that's actually for my elbows, my head sits on my forearms, not on the floor. So I'm holding onto my arms, head goes down, hold on to my hands, sorry, head goes down, and then from here, I'm going to tuck my toes underneath, push my butt up to the sky, and then I'm going to walk my feet out. Oh, I'm slightly too far forward. Shuffle back. Walk my feet up the wall so that I can then straighten and get my hips directly over my shoulders. So I want to feel in a stacked position from head, shoulders, up to my butt. If this feels okay, I want you to then practice taking one leg up and switch, taking the other leg up. If you feel cool and comfortable, you might want to try and practice taking two. Make sure you're squeezing your butt and your pelvis is slightly under, and then bring your feet back down. Don't worry if you don't want to take your feet off, or if you're just taking one leg up at a time. It's just whatever feels best for your positioning. And if you do feel like you're going to roll forwards, that you put too much weight over one way, bring your chin into chest so that you can roll yourself out. While you have a little practice, I'm going to come and have a little look at your screens and see how you're getting on. Nice. Lovely, Roshana. Gorgeous. Lovely, Magdalena. Very nice, Sarah. Really good. Fabulous, fabulous. Magdalena, your butt looks incredible. You're right there, Roshana. Was that intentional? Are you stuck? No, she's good. You bendy lady. Very nice, darling. Very nice. Good. Oh, guys, this is looking excellent. Really good. Very good. Okay, make this one your last one if you are still up. Lovely, Shirley. Oh, look at that, scurrying down, super speedy. Really nice. Lovely. Rush, the moment that you start to lose balance and go over is the moment that your hips tilt back. So I wish, in fact, I'm recording. Oh no, we're not recording you. But if you watch yourself and record yourself, you go up straight, your hips come, and then your hips go past. They start to open out the other way, where you want to have your pelvis tucked under, and that's when you then start to lose your balance and go over the other way. Does that make sense? So yeah, just be really careful and conscious that you want to keep your pelvis under. I know that you're separating your legs so you can get that balance, but make it so that you're not worrying about doing a big old split, but more that you're keeping your pelvis under that little bit more. Let me watch again. Yes, nice. Lift one leg up. Nice. And then hold it there. Oh, she's so close. She's so close. But that was nice. And I could see that control there as well. It was just that little push off your foot, which was like a little push too much. Lovely. Oh, she's so close. She's so close. Okay. Oh, I'm willing the balance over to you. Oh, that was for a whole few seconds. That was nice, darling. Very good. Okay. We're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to switch our arm position. We're going to do it with our hands down facing the floor and our palms up to the sky. So I'll show you both. And then when I come to watch you guys and you can do your own little practice, I want you to try both, palms down and palms up, and see which one you prefer, whether you like the thumbs up or palms together, palms up to the sky, or palms down to the floor. It's all of them are fine, and it's all about finding the positioning of the hands that work well for you. So I'll just do the little demo, and again we're going to do it away from the wall, so our tummy ends up facing the wall. This helps us get into the right form instead of going against the wall and then tilting the hips back, basically. That's why we want to do it this way. So to begin with, I'm going to do my palms up. I actually like to bring my fingers over my fingers, so I'm kind of cradling my head. And I really like this one to practice when I'm freestanding, because then if I roll over, my hands aren't getting in the way. They're pretty much already flat to the floor and I can just roll over. So I really like this one if I'm ever practicing in a park, or I just want to practice in the middle of the room. I actually bring my palms together and hands on hands. It just feels better and more comfortable for me if I do roll out of it. So my palms come down, head goes down, and I'm kind of like cradling my head. And then from here, toes tuck under, push my feet up, and then practicing getting my hips directly over my shoulders. And then again, I'm welcome to take one foot up and bringing it back down, and take the other foot up and bring back down. And like Roshana was doing, bring one foot up, take it slightly further back, really squeeze your butt, and just see if you can take the foot off to balance. So you don't need to then push it, because if you then push off the floor, you're putting in way more energy, so a much bigger energy. So think about it being a tiny, tiny, tiny lift off as opposed to a push, because if you push, then you've got to balance out that kinetic energy that you put out. You then need to balance with that, whereas if you do a small movement, you can control it way easier. So if you are bringing your foot up and behind you, squeezing your butt, just think about just lifting your foot off, so I can kind of balance in a position there, as opposed to pushing it and then like trying to balance myself out. Does that make sense? So gentle, gentle movements. And I want you to practice it with one hand, with hands in and with hands flat. So just have a little practice with both, and just seeing and playing with those transitions. Woo! I don't like that one as much. My hands down isn't my fave. Cool. Let me come and have a little look-see and see how you're getting on as well. Yes, lovely. Shalali, look at that control and balance. Yes, Sarah, that's looking great. Lovely positioning. You got your shoulders directly over, sorry, your hips directly over your shoulders. Lovely. Oh, yes, Roshana. Oh, Magdalena, you had it. You had it. That looked much better, Roshana, much more controlled. I know you did end up going over to the chair anyway, but it felt like it was slow motion over to the chair, as opposed to it being like, oh, I'm out of balance. It was just like, oh, I've just tipped over just a little bit. So that one looked really good. Yes, Sarah, fabulous stuff. Excellente. And if you haven't changed it already, try it with the hands in the other position. And you might find, like me, that you've definitely got a clear favorite. So for me, I like my thumbs facing up, and I also like my palms facing up, and I'm not as keen with the palms down, but you might find that the palms down does wonders for you when you're able to get that. Yes, Roshana! Look at that! Sorry to just cut out mid-sentence there. Oh, that was beautiful. Really nice, darling. Really nice. I remember your first ever headstand. Look at where you've come. The butterfly comes out of the cocoon. Lovely. Fabulous. Nice, Magdalena. And I love that little tipping, tapping to be able to just shift that balance. Really nice. Lovely, Roshana. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes, Shalali. Also, very nice leggings. Are they Lululemon? They look really nice on you. Your butt looks fabulous. Yes, look at that control, Shalali. Very nice. Okay, and if you're still in your headstand, just gently come down in your own time. I'm going to do one final one. Really looking good all round. The whole group is looking fabulous. Now I'm going to switch it round so that we're actually going to be facing the wall this time. And what I want you to do, and you can do this either against the wall or away from the wall, freestanding in the middle of the room if that works better for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bunny hop up into our headstand. So normally this is a little bit difficult, because by pushing more energy up, as I was mentioning before, that can mean that you've then got to react with that by controlling it in your body. However, when we do our little bunny hop, we're going to do it against the wall. You can do it without if you want to, but we'll try it against the wall to begin with. You can catch the wall with your butt, because we're actually going to be taking knees wide. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to bring my mat to the wall, And again, it's completely up to you which arm position you want to do, and you can play around with all three that we've done so far. So hands together, palms up, palms down, whatever works for you. And then again, we're going to do a couple of other ones after this exercise, different arm positionings. So I'm going to take it with my palms together, I think, and then bring my head down. And then what I'm going to do, make sure I'm not going to kick the sofa, tuck my toes under, and then I'm going to do a bunny hop, and then I'm going to split my knees. So bunny hop, split my knees, and catch with my butt. Now from here, I can push my feet away from, so I'm lifting up away from the wall, and then I want to see if I can balance. Now you might like it with your feet together or with your feet apart, whatever kind of works best for you. And then bringing it back down, nice and controlled. If you can come down as controlled as possible, that is excellent, because basically it's just helping you lift up. But what I want it to be is hips open. I want the knees wide. So you're welcome to do legs straight or legs bent. And again, you're welcome to do any positioning. So I'll just show you one more time. Hands down, toes down, little bunny hop up. And then take your feet together and knees out. Doesn't have to be a flexy move. So my knees are quite far in at the moment. They're not all out here. They're in. It's just about finding the balance. And you tend to get better balance when your hips are open. And then when you're up here, sorry, let me just come back up. What I want you to do is come down with your hips wide. So from that position, I've just gone, so when I've got my knees bent, I just bring my knees down and then try and bring my feet down, nice and controlled. Or if I'm with my legs wide, I'm then just going to slide my legs down to the floor whilst keeping them wide. So I want you to really try and come down as controlled as possible. So little bunny hop up with back to the wall, tummy to the space in the room, knees wide, hips wide. And it's your choice if you do knees bent or legs straight, up to you. And just see if we can find the balance in that position. Lovely. Gorgeous, Magdalena. So controlled. Roshana, a smaller bunny hop. Yes, nice. Good, good, good. Lovely, Magdalena. Lovely. Very nice. Look at that balance, Roshana. Gorgeous stuff. Oh, and lovely control down as well. Shalali, that's looking good. Sarah, I can see you like, blimey, this is exhausting, all the little jumps. You'll get there, I promise you. Yes, Shalali, really beautiful, darling. Look at those leg movements. Magdalena, look at the control. This is beautiful. Really, really, really nice. You look like you could stay up there and do leg waves till your heart's content, till the sun goes down. She's so close, Sarah. You're so close. I can see you kicking the leg up, and then because it's going up too much, and then it's coming back down. So I feel for you, because it's that frustrating stage where we're trying to learn how much of a kick we need to get up, but not so much that it bounces and ricochets our weight back again. But keep at it. You're doing really good. You will find that biting point where you're like, right, I just need to push myself up this much. And actually, it was what Roshana was just doing a minute ago. I don't know if you saw her screen. In fact, I don't think you did, because you were upside down. But it was where she was pushing up with her feet too far, hitting the wall, and then because it was then bouncing back, basically. So it's just learning, and by only through practice, just gently lifting up, see if you go too far, see if you don't go far enough, and then doing a little bit more, and then pushing a little bit more or a little bit less, and just trialing and erroring and finding that biting point for you. And every single time you do it is a time that your muscles are contracting, that your muscles are growing, that your nerve endings are growing, so that you can learn where is the balancing point for you in your body. Lovely. Oh, she'll get there, she'll get
Good, lovely. Okay, let's try one other hand position. So this is where we're going to do it in our tripod pose. So head down and hands placing so it makes a little tripod. Now, I've mentioned this before in our previous headstand sessions. I personally find it quite difficult with my fingers facing towards my face. I actually like to turn my palms round so that my fingers face outwards. Play around with the different positions. Maybe you prefer hands in, maybe you prefer hands out, or fingers out and fingers in. It's not right or wrong, neither way. It's just feeling and what feels best for you and your body. So we'll do this one against the wall. Yeah, I think we'll do this one against the wall. So I'm going to pop my head down. Make sure you've got a nice cushion position for you here. So head goes down, hands go down. Now either palms face, fingers face in towards the wall, or turn the wrist round so that my fingers face out into the room. I personally prefer it out. I feel I can push on my hands better. I know a lot of you have said before that you actually prefer fingers in and you can push on it that way. Just play with it and see which one, be playful and see which one works best for you. And again, we're going to tuck the toes under. Walk your feet in. If you can reach your shoulders and your back against the wall, that is really helpful. And then you can do like a little bunny hop and try and get your hips up over the top of your head and then straighten. Now, when you're here, rebalance yourself. So this will mean that I need to push my butt forward, my hips forward, and then maybe like bend one leg so that my weight is actually, so my hips are actually over the top of my shoulders, as opposed to me being slightly further back. So when I'm when I'm upside down, I want my hips to be coming off the wall. I don't want my hips to be touching the wall if at all possible. Bring them slightly away. But I can do this by bringing one leg against the wall, and then I can, one leg off the wall, and then the other one can support my weight. Does that make sense? So I've got one leg bent. I'm going to show you if it doesn't make sense. So when I'm here, I don't want my feet on my butt on the wall. I bring my butt away, take one leg off, and keep the other one bent so that it is in position. If I have my butt against the wall, there's a chance that I'm actually leaning back, and it can just put a little bit of strain on your neck, which we don't need. You want to have your hips over the top of your shoulders. That is crucial. So maybe we have one foot that holds the wall, that enables the rest of our body to stay up and away. So it's just playing around with these different hand shapes and feels what is best for you. Not enjoying this one, Roshana? Yeah, it's not my favorite one either. I like this position. I feel like my shoulders are way more engaged, but I know quite a few people really like that position. But me and you can stick strong with our forearm stands. Lovely, Shalali. Lovely, Magdalena. Look at you balancing beans. Really nice. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Good. And then from here, it's going to be our last one. And I want you to just pick whichever one has been your favorite, whether it's the forearms, hands together, palms down, palms up, away from the wall, next to the wall, with your back facing outwards, supporting, walking, kind of like walking up the wall like we did right at the beginning. Or maybe you're trying to practice doing it freestanding and you want to try it in the middle of the room. Then this is your chance to do your final headstand of the day. Well, you might do some more afterwards, but final one with me. So I'm going to come and do mine in the middle of the room with you. Oh, gorgeous, Roshana. That looks lovely. Lovely. Right, I'm going to come and do mine. So I'm going to do mine in the middle of the room. Bring my hands together. And then, so at the moment I'm up, I want to get my hips over the top of my shoulders. That is key. And then I can start thinking about straightening my legs. If I'm straightening my legs, then I'm in a different position. And again, I keep my pelvis under. And then taking it, controlling it down as you come down. Lovely. Really nice, Sarah. Lovely, Magdalena. I saw the end of that. That looked really nice. Nice and controlled. Shalali, are you okay there, darling? Say that one more time in sign language.
I'm saying how like bringing it down slowly really works on your abs, like back. It's like,
yes,
my next aim.
This is one of the best ways to learn how to come up through deadlifting, is by every single headstand you do, try and bring the legs down nice and controlled, because it's basically isometric training. So isometric training is a type of training where you build up muscle by applying resistance on the outward movement, basically, and this is what it is. It's the negative. We're coming down. It's not the highest intensity. So if I was going to do it with my arm, it'd be applying weight as I lengthen my arm out, as opposed to bringing the arm in. And this is one of the most effective ways to build up strength, because it basically, I'm not going to go into it, basically can it cuts off the heads of this part on your muscle, which helps to then allow it to grow stronger. The same way with a flower. If you're looking after your rose bushes outside, sometimes you need to cut off your leaves, cut off the flowers, so that it allows space for it to grow bigger and stronger. And it's the same way with our muscles, except with more technicalities. We'll do it through a negative. So coming down nice and controlled builds up the muscles stronger, so we can then lift it up. It's quite fascinating, really, how our body works.
Very yeah.
I'm going to be honest, Shalali, that did not sound convincing at all. You were like,
no,
yeah.
No, Becky, no, I mean it. Like, I mean it, because after this point, my legs just drop. Like, I can control it till here, and then it's just gone. So, like,
yeah.
I mean
and
it.
Also, as we start to control it down, it starts with the top abs, which tend to be our strongest ones, and then as we get to the bottom, as our feet get lower, it's more on the lower abs, that pouch, you know, that pouch we all got as soon as we hit 18. I feel like it's 18. They're the ones they're the harder ones to keep engaged and build up strength. So yeah, they're the ones that affect. I find it's nicer to take your legs wide as you come down. Mm-hmm. And a really good practice is, let me show you, I'm going to do butt up to the sky completely, is when I'm coming up into my headstand, get me balance, as I take my legs out wide, I then can tilt my hips forward, touch my toes to the floor if I can, or take them as low as I can, but still keep my weight in my arms, and then take it back up. And then pelvis goes down. See if I can tap the floor. If I can, great. If not, I'm just taking it as low as I can. So I'm taking it down and up and down and up. And the closer I get to the floor, I can feel it. I can feel my pelvic floors squeezing to help keep the control. So that is a super good exercise. We're just lowering my legs down, lifting them up, lowering them down, lifting them up. Super good to help you then build up the strength. And then each time you might be able to get a little bit lower. I say each time, I mean each time you then practice the whole set. It'd be quite miraculous if you could do it one after the other. You'd be away. You'd be away. Lovely, guys, you've done fantastic. I'm so proud. Rashana, you absolute superstar. I don't know if everyone else can see, but she was just solidly up there. Really good, my love. Really, really, really good. I feel like over the last week, 2 weeks, you've really shifted from actually being able to get that balance and holding it, and that's fantastic. Fantastic work. Well done, you. And well done all of you, because I know you've all done amazing. Sarah, I didn't know where your headstands were before, but you're certainly in a nice strong place. So I'm dead chuffed to see how we can progress these and get them feeling more confident and even more fabulous. But you're in a really lovely starting position. So Good on you. Good on you. All right, my loves, I'm going to go and get myself a lovely gin and tonic now that I've got my tonic arrived, and a gin presente, and it's that rhubarb and ginger one that tastes absolutely delicious. So I'm quite excited for it. So I will love you and leave you for the rest of your evening, whatever you're up to, whether it's more headstand practice or binging, watching some telly, or whatever you're up to. Then I will love you and leave you and catch you whenever I see you next. Love you all lots. Take care, guys.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.